Welcome to the channel. My name is Mary if you're new here, and this is our container garden. Now it's the end of November 2025, and at the end of each month I usually provide you with an update, a full garden tour showing you all of what is growing in the garden for that month and going into the next month, plans going into the next month. Now last month it didn't get that a garden tour because of Hurricane Melissa. There wasn't much to show. But this month there are quite a bit growing in the garden and about to start growing. So I'm going to show you what is going on in the garden in parts. I'm in the lower and the first part of the garden where we started the garden. That's where I'm standing now. I'm going to start there and then move on up. I believe this section is the most productive. I'm working on it, guys, because it has been a lot of work. So I'm gonna start down here, right where I'm standing, and then move up. I hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you so much for the support. For those of you just subscribing and joining the journey, welcome to our family. For those of you who have been journeying with us, thank you so very much for being there for Farming on the Rocks. We appreciate your support. Now if you're watching for the first time and you've not yet subscribed, please press that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we post new videos. Usually it's every single day that I post a video. So thank you for watching and I appreciate you. I hope you enjoy this tour this month end. Thank you, guys. Let's start right here. As you can see, we've cleaned up, for the most part it is cleaned up, all of the debris and stuff out of the garden, so it's starting to look a little better. Right here, as you know, we have our mango tree. There are mangoes on there. Seeing where some of them starting to ripe. Yes, guys, mangoes in November, it surprises me too. Oh, we're so blessed. So that's the mango tree right there. Now right here at the entrance we have this machine container, and it has a beautiful eggplant in there that is starting to flower, and these look like female flowers, but I'm seeing ants, so they're probably aphids on there, and of course stink bugs, but it is flowering and looking healthy. I'm going to spray off those pests off of it. To the right there's also a little eggplant here. There are going to be seeds popping up that I don't know exactly what they are, because I just took a bunch of seeds and just planted out. But there are some beetroot coming up. This is a red okra and a sunflower right there that is being nibbled on. Here, and I'm gonna go around and come back around this side, but let me go into the left and come back. This is a cayenne pepper that still has a few fruits on there. So what I will do to give you perspective and to stay organized is to go in on the left, go around, come around this way, then back up and around, and see if I can cover all the grounds without missing anything. So before I pass by here, because I don't want to forget it, this is a volunteer pumpkin that grew right here, and Steve just molded up because it grew out of the rock just like that, no substance. He molded it up and is watering it, and it is looking beautiful. You guys, if you've been with us for any period of time, you know our volunteers produce the best fruits. So that's a volunteer pumpkin right there. This is our strawberry stand. Planted out the strawberries with you recently. And at the front here is our beautiful desert rose. So gorgeous. In the back there, I planted red callaloo and zinnias in them. This is a green callaloo that we've been eating from. It's trying to go to seed and we're not done with you. We've been eating from that, but in all of these containers I have red callaloo and zinnias planted. So back here is gonna be beautiful soon. And in the front row are the strawberries that we planted together, and guys, the catch, look, they're putting out new leaves, all of them. So pretty soon we're going to have beautiful strawberry plants here. If you've not seen that video yet, please check it out. Let me know if you want me to link it here so you can check it out if you've not seen how I prepare the soil and plant the strawberries to have them grow, because they can be tricky sometimes, and some persons have real challenge growing them when it is quite simple if you know how to plant them. And at the end is my cayenne pepper. And we harvested so many peppers from, and it is still producing. This one can be harvested. It has young ones on there and it has blossoms coming on. I pruned it off, cut off all the dead branches, and gave it a little bit of chicken manure, mulch up the container, and it is producing again for us. So grateful. Now back here in this machine container is a cucumber. Well, 2 cucumber plants. Not sure which type yet, but it is cucumber. I'm seeing nibblings on there. So I'm gonna have to come and check it properly when I'm done. Back there is a machine container with black cocoa planted in there. Right there. And then right next to it is my mulberry plant that is producing a ton of flowers again. Plenty fruits coming on. Oh wow, look at that. Once it produces, I prune off everything. This was flat on the ground after the hurricane. See those fruits developing? This was flat on the ground. Take it up back and tie it up, and now it is producing a ton of fruits. We're grateful. Back here in these buckets, I wanna think these are cantaloupe, some variety of cantaloupe, and boy, I'm seeing pest pressure on them. The thing is, the cooler months come with a lot of pest. That's my susumba right there. Took it from up top because it was the thorns on there tearing up a palm tree, so I put it back here, and it is starting to put on brand new leaves. I need to take off those susuma. Those can't be eaten. Those are gonna be bitter. Those are old. This is a coconut tree that I didn't know where to put, and I just placed it there. We're gonna mold it up because it is growing. So in these three, I know that is cantaloupe because I just placed a seed in there, so I know that's what it is. These two, we're not too sure what they are. In this container is our bananas. Took a beating during the hurricane, but they're coming again strong. And then back here is our June plum. It's in a tire as well. I just mulch it with the banana cuttings. June plum tree, oh my goodness, you wanted to see it after the hurricane, but look, doing well, and it is springing new branches. So that's looking good. Back here is our sugar cane, and I should harvest this one to eat, and those are coming back. That also took a beating. So there's a pomegranate right here, and I'm gonna go around and then come pass by this pomegranate to show you what's going on back there. In here I have callaloo and zinnia. Look at suckers coming. I didn't have to plant. I planted these big ones. Look at this worm. I planted these big ones, but look at suckers coming up. I'm gonna be able to move some. I'm gonna try and plant those everywhere I can in the garden, because trust me, we're not going to be hungry. With me, we're not going to be hungry. I'm telling you that. We're gonna be planting food and fighting the pest so we can feed our family. Taking the tops out because they have worms and I can't afford that. Okay, so I believe I sowed lettuce in these 3 containers. These 3. So pretty soon lettuce should pop up out of those. In this bathtub we have quite a bit going on. This cabbage, I thought this cabbage died. It was dry, and I just molded it up and mulched the container with some chicken manure. That's chicken manure in wood chips that you're looking at in there. And look at that. And then I have the corns, and I have 2 squash, one here and another one at the other end. Not too sure what they are. I think I planted flowers in here yesterday as well, because I'm trying to get the not seeing much bees because I don't have any cucumbers. Very little. I have a little flowers bed I'm gonna show you shortly, but I like seeing a lot of pollinators in the garden, and I'm not happy with their numbers that I'm seeing now. Another squash here, and this is a sunflower. Planted something there, I don't know, I don't remember what. I'll see when it grows. This is where the pomegranate is planted, in that tire. I pruned off a lot of the branches off of it so I have space to walk. It was getting way too big. And I have another pomegranate tree, so I can afford to take off some of the branches off of this one. A cerasee, thought this died too, but I'm seeing new vines on there. See new vines. We love cerasee tea, so I'm grateful to see that. Back here, this is my Gros Michel banana. Had a lovely banana plant here. It got damaged totally by the hurricane, but there's a pretty sucker coming back. I have some cocoa growing here. Boy, my cocoa harvest they have been disappointing, but I have this one. I'm gonna keep it, and the other one I showed you earlier. So let's see. We're not giving up totally. Steve cleaned some of the garden and put the mulch here, so I'm gonna find something to plant in this. I'm gonna put I think I'm going to put, you'll see, I'll ensure I make a video when I'm doing it. In this container, my word, look at pepper, and I believe it's that red Scotch bonnet, so I'm gonna try and transplant some of these in the garden. This is a tomatillo. Well, 3 of them. I thought this one died, but it did not, and it's producing flowers. Here's another one, tomatillo. It's a red okra. I've been eating from it. In this container, it is mulched with chicken manure as well, in wood chips. Well, the red Scotch bonnet pepper right there. And this is the, guys, the red Scotch bonnet. I promise to tell you how they taste. They taste like Scotch bonnet. They smell like Scotch bonnets, and they're beautiful too. So the people sold me Scotch bonnet. They're Scotch bonnet. I'm gonna prune this off with you right now. You see this old branch? I'm gonna come back and get it off. Oh, good. Look at that. Those are new growth. You want to encourage that new growth. This old part is putting on blossom, so I'm not gonna take that off, but eventually I will. I have a basil there to keep the hornworm away. I need marigold nearby because the whiteflies are going to come. They just love the peppers. I planted these tomatoes last night, and then I just stick a branch of basil in there that I took from this one to keep the hornworms away from the tomatoes when they start to produce. No, let me go back this way, and then oh yes, let me show you what's here in these 3 blue drums right here next to this bed. This is curly kale. This look like a cucumber I planted here. The basil. This is a red okra. I planted something there, not sure what. Maybe it's a pepper, not sure. Then my cabbages here that are looking so good. I just love this kale. It can be eaten just like lettuce. It can be cooked, and I feed it to the rabbits. It's beautiful. Cabbages are beautiful too. I have 2 things right here, 2 squashes. Not sure which ones they are, because as you know, guys, we just sowed these seeds and we did not label, so they're growing, so we will see what they are. In this oil container I have one of those Scotch bonnet peppers, red one. and that is looking good. Beautiful. This is my little flower bed right here. So now the rabbit feeding can, you know, Michael did that, my little man. So in here we have zinnias and marigolds. This is either broccoli or cauliflower. In here look a little bit messy, but we still have some nice flowers growing in there. So I'm grateful. I'm seeing pollinators here during the days, but I'm not seeing the number that I'd love to see. This, whatever this brassica is filled with aphids. I'm gonna toss it. Oh my word. You have to go. You've gotta go. Look at aphids. Oh my word. Oh my word. Goodness grieves. Try not to shake it too much for them to jump off, because they jump. All right. Goodness. All right. Back to the garden. All right. So I was here. I'm going to, the sun is coming up and I'm going to go that way and then come back past that tub. I know you like to see the layout of the garden. In here, there is a poblano pepper. You know, I'm seeing peppers coming on it. Here is one. This is a poblano pepper. And I think I've planted some more in there. Something is planted in there. I know I planted cucumbers in here. I planted our local cucumber too right there, and a pickling cucumber right here. And that was mulched, and not mulched, that was amended properly. This is my pineapple, and Steve cleaned it up for me. It was so wild and all over the place after the storm. Yeah. Here I had a jackfruit tree. It did not make it, so I took it out, mulched it up, and I planted some watermelons in there. So hopefully those will come up and vine all over the place around here. This is my lime tree, and Steve cut off the fence from over it for me, so hopefully it produces soon. This is a soursop tree right here. This almost fell over during the hurricane, and I tied it up. The string right there, tied it to the fence over there. So it's not looking bad now. And then here, this is my dragon fruit plant. I pruned it up, it's springing back. This was all over the place. I'm going to try and find a better home for it. And another soursop tree right there. My froggy banana. It seems like the main plant is not going to make it. The storm beat it up really bad. So hopefully I see sucker coming up soon. And then there's a, oh wow, I always see these things with you. This is my passion fruit that is planted right in that crate. And I'm seeing my first set of blossoms coming on it. Oh, exciting. That is exciting. And it's along the fence line just like the other vine up top. So that's good. This is my old grapevine. I think I'm gonna take it out because I was told it's wild grape, but I was holding on to hope as it was the only vine I had. Now my other vine is producing, so I'm gonna take that out, and I probably will put a fruit tree in those tires right there to the fence. This is another black cocoa. I'm not sure if it is producing anything. Yeah, but it's there. Right here is a plantain, and hurricane did it bad. So it looked like it's going to die. But guess what? And right here looks pregnant, so it seemed like it was going to shoot soon. But it is struggling. It has a sucker. It has a pup. So it might be delayed, but not denied, because it will produce eventually. That is why you plant crops that come in now and then the ones that take longer, because you want to have food in the meantime. Those are long-term crops, the bananas and plantains. This I mulch with you. This one and this one, I direct sowed tomatoes in both of them. because I am having a bit of challenge with my seedlings. So I direct sow the tomatoes here, hopefully, and I place several seeds, so hopefully I can thin out and just leave one. That's the aim. Right here is a squash, and I place, I think that's a flowers, some flowers of the sort I place in there with it. It is looking good. And then this is my hybrid lime. I'm going to put it in a bigger pot, see if it's gonna get a big pot for me to put it in, and I might put it upstairs, but I'll keep you posted. Got that from one of you, my subscribers. This is the arrowroot. Guys, I asked you what to do about it and I did not get a response in a video that I did. I don't know, it was torn up by Hurricane Melissa. I pruned it down, but I don't know when to harvest it. I think I planted it about 6 months ago. Let me know how long arrowroot take to be ready, please. Or in this tub, I have lovely things going on. That's a curly kale. I have some corn in there. I think these are the purple corns. These watermelons insist on growing. These are two zinnia plants. I have some green beans, and I have, that's a sunflower right there, another curly kale. This is a watermelon trying to grow. This is a lovely beetroot, and more beans growing in there. So hopefully we harvest some lovely beans and corns from here. We've been harvesting these already. Now I showed you the flower bed already right there. Let me take you around here. In here I have cucumber. Gosh, I'm seeing pest pressure. I'm gonna have to, yeah, worm on there. These are looking good. Oh, I sowed some pak choy. I'm gonna transplant those throughout the garden. I planted okra in these 2 buckets right here. This is my chocolate habanero hot pepper, similar flavor to Scotch bonnet. My aloe vera. In here I have 2 squash plants. They look like butternut squash to me. And then some more pak choy. I'm gonna thin out and leave one and transplant the others in the garden. This is my container with my, I'm gonna show you it soon. I can't hold up the camera in the sunlight. This is my old collard greens plant. It is so tall, almost 6 feet tall. Here I sowed more collard green seeds, and here's some beetroot. So I'm gonna thin these out. I'm gonna leave the biggest one. I'm gonna put one over here, one here, just like I did with the parent plant. Once I get them going, I'm gonna take out this eventually. This is like a tree. So that is what I amended this container. I placed a bigger tire on top of that one and amended it and planted those. So pleased to see those growing. These are the only cucumbers I can tell what they are. These are my, oh boy, female only, and I'm depending on those cucumbers right there to pollinate these ones, because these do not produce male flowers. So I need to have another cucumber producing male flowers while these produce females. I have to pollinate them myself. There are more pak choy here and a marigold back there. More cucumbers in here, and I'll show. Oh, these are regular Jamaican cucumbers. Those are our local cucumbers there. So now I'm going to go around. See, the sun is coming up. See that, guys? You hardly can see. I'm gonna come around, pass by the cayenne pepper, and then in here I have some basil. I'm allowing this to go to seed to attract pollinators, because as I said, I'm not seeing the amounts that I'm comfortable with. This is a soursop tree right here. Did I show you that soursop tree? Or could I pass it by? That soursop tree right there produced 3 lovely sourshops, and we got all of them to eat, thankfully. This is another one that we planted right here in this tire, and it is looking nice. Guys, you wanted to see this after the hurricane. It was a mess. This is the palm tree, and here is where the what's it called, susumba was. I took it up and put it back there because it was tearing up my pretty palm. In these 2 containers we have green beans, and the thing said bush bean, and for some reason I am seeing some of them vining out. So some of them don't look too bush bean at all. Some of them look like they're going to run, and I didn't make provisions for that. So hopefully we get some green beans. I miss harvesting green beans. Something is eating them. Oh, but guys, pest is something that we have to deal with when we garden organically. It's just something that we have to deal with. I planted cantaloupe in here. Steve cut off that for me. I need to get it out of the garden. This is a machine container. I planted cantaloupe in there, so I'll make something for it to vine on. Last night I planted out some teeny tiny pepper suckers in these. Don't ask me what peppers they are. We'll just have to wait and see. See how teeny they are? Usually I wait until they have true leaves. These are the seed leaves that they have. Because I'm just having a challenge with the animals and my seedlings and everything. I have papaya, volunteer papaya tree right there, starting to fruit. It has a little fruit on there. Can you see it? Yeah, it is starting to fruit. And I'm seeing another one. I can't keep that one. It's gonna be too crowded here, and I need to be able to get sunlight on my other veggies there. So I will have to take that one out. My banana tree back here. I harvested 2 bananas from this one container. So hopefully we get more from those. And this is my papaya tree here. It looks sick in its head, but it's producing, so I'm gonna allow it. We're coming around. So we came across there and went that way. This is where we harvested the cocoa from. This is another eggplant. And in here I plant some cayenne pepper seeds, covering it from the frog. Some dasheen that I need to transplant. And this is leaf of life, because we must have leaf of life. So let me just step back down in here. In this tire we have some corn that is being attacked at the minute by worms. I have to squash. Every morning I come out and squash some worms. I think one is in this. They're always hiding down in the middle. Look at that. I have corn and beans and a lovely Scotch bonnet pepper plant. It has some peppers on there right now. Okay, my bees coming out. Awesome. But there isn't much in terms of plants to attract them, so I'm trying to get that up and going. I have been eating these okras. The plants look sick, so that is why I planted some more. That's my pepper elder plant right there. And I hope I can show you my sweet sop, volunteer sweet sop. The sun coming in, boy. One of you guys gave me that plant. I have it in that container right there. The okras, they're not looking good, but they're still producing. So, still eating those. Right here I have a Scotch bonnet pepper and a chocolate habanero. Both of them I'm getting fruits off of. When they finish producing this crop, I'm going to prune them. Coconut trees are looking the best out of all the 3 coconut trees that I planted. It's in that container right there. I planted something here and I'm not sure what it is. Those are rabbit poop. I planted something look like a cucumber. A ginger. Usually harvest this round about Christmas time, New Year's time. Let's see. Starting to yellow. So might need to harvest that soon. And then this is my fia banana. Survived the hurricane due to me cutting off the leaves and the planting. Both survived. These are two more volunteer papayas. I have a panadol there, and what's that again? Guinean weed right there, and my panadol. These two volunteer sourshops are starting to bud. Not soursop, soursop on my mind. Papayas. This is my Cullen mint, and I have a pineapple right there, and this mulberry in this bucket. So things going on down here. There's a better look at the sweets up tree right there. So that is what the lower section is looking like. Tell me what you think, guys. I am working on it, and I hope to start harvesting a lot of food soon. We are harvesting from this section, but it's not at the amount that we used to harvest. We're used to because of Hurricane Melissa, but it is not the worst, so we're still grateful and we're still pushing on. Let me know what you think about that section. Now we are entering the middle section of the garden where not much is happening, but we still have food growing. So let's start here before I go over to that side. Right here, across the steps right here, these are my rose plants that Steve got me. And this one, he pruned them all for me, and this one is starting to bloom. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. This is my fever grass right there. And let me take you up the steps, because this is another thing that is, the price is sky high in the supermarket. Bell peppers. I don't even allow these to ripen before I use them. They're starting to produce again. Look at this plant. This plant is looking so good. Seeing bell peppers coming on there. A turmeric. This is dill. From my dill plant, I just sprinkled some of the seeds in there and they grow. So I saved some of the seeds and put it in the fridge. I'm gonna harvest off the others. These are some green callaloo seeds that I sprinkled in there that I'm gonna transplant out in the garden too. But I'm so pleased with the dill. A rosemary and the thyme. These are things we use every day. Oh my goodness, the dill seeds fell in here. Look at that. This is what the seed look like. I'm gonna harvest these, and these can be used in pickles that I hope to do soon. More rosemary and more beautiful thyme. And then this is the other dill plant. Look at dill seeds. Incredible. Now let me get back down here. Over here we have our onions, and they're not looking bad. These are hurricane survivors. These ones starting to bulb. I have some in there that I need to transplant out. If you look here, these can be transplanted now. They were to fill out the slots that didn't grow. So the red one's starting to bulb up as well. That's awesome. Guys, the price of the veggies and herbs in the supermarket, not normal. Trust me. Plant. I encourage you to plant whatever you can. Plant enough, so if some don't make it, you have some. This is parsley down in here. I love this on my pasta. I love this in rice, so many things. I love parsley in, and so I planted plenty. I have some more in here. I am brushing up against my herb patch and it smells so good. Herbs are back here. This spearmint is just hitting me hard. It smells so good. This is rice bitters. The salt water from the hurricane damaged this mint and it is struggling to rebound. This is dog blood. This is porcelain. I have a video on porcelain, guys. Please stay tuned for that. This is vervain. This is Vicks. I thought it was eucalyptus. Well, I was told it was eucalyptus, but I understand it is Vicks. And this is Panadol. These are Cuban oreganos. Back here. See, I have a lot of onions that I need to transplant out. But I think I'll do that with you so you can see how to do it. I have quite a few videos lined up for you guys, so please stay tuned. Please stay tuned for those. Over here, this is a gungo plant. I don't think it looks like it's about to bud, but I don't think we'll get Christmas gungo. No, not from this one. This is one of the red Scotch bonnet pepper plants that I bought. And guys, I am super excited about this little sorrel plant. Now Steve said to me, if you followed me, you would have plenty sorrel for Christmas. Because guess what? These popped up all over the place out of the rocks. And he said to me, transplant them out in containers, and I ignore him. So he took it upon himself and transplanted this one. And I feel so bad because look at that. Can you imagine how many I would have had producing if I just listened? This is a sorrel plant that is doing fantastic. And we'll definitely have a little bit of, if nobody gets sorrel, he will get sorrel for Christmas with his Christmas dinner. Because these are looking so good. So pleased with that. And then this is another of the Scotch bonnet that we bought. Harvested. I'll have some with you. And these, as you can see, needs to be harvested too. As I said, guys, the taste and smell just like the yellow Scotch bonnet. I can't believe it. This is what is this again? Ribena plant and periwinkle flowers, and look at suckers coming up. And then that is my other mulberry. It survived the hurricane. Alright, let me go back this way and then come around to that last part right there. I have some more herbs here. This is, remind me guys, oh my goodness. Guys, I'm wondering if I should take this thing out of the garden. Remind me what the name of it is. It spreads like crazy. It literally, look at this. I don't know if this was a good idea. It is growing everywhere. I don't know. I think I probably should try and get rid of it. Look at this. It is growing everywhere. This peppermint, however, is doing fantastic compared to this one. This one is doing fantastic. This is garlic chives, and I've been using this on a daily basis. These 1, 2, 3, they are celery, and these have been here for more than a year. I did not know celery would last that long. Is it celery? Yes, it is celery. Using that, we use this ever so often. In this little tiny bed, this is my one surviving red cabbage. And I have some corns in there. And this is Romanesco broccoli. Don't know if I'll ever get anything from it, but the leaves, we feed it to the rabbit. This is a bell pepper that I am so pleased to see. Only Steve could tell you the price of these things that we're seeing. He saw in the market, they're cutting the bell peppers in 4 in order for people to afford to buy the bell peppers. I can't believe it. yeah, cutting up bell peppers to sell. This is my tuna plant right here, and then coming around I have these two volunteer soursop trees that look so good right here against our, this is our monster papaya tree. I think I'm going to get rid of this plant. I don't know if I want this in the garden. It's spread like no, no, no. Look at it. What is it good for, guys? Look at it. Look, just look. Oh my word, let me know. I think I'm going to take a picture of it and Google it, see what is good for. One of you gave it to me. But this is what I planted it in. If you look, there's so many coming up in there, and it is spreading and growing in all of my containers. Now the papaya got old, got disease, and so Steve cut it off right here. And look at the branch coming off of it, loaded with fruits. It's amazing. This is a longan tree, similar to lychee, but it has brown skin. It looks like it needs some fertilizing. I'm gonna put some rabbit manure in there, as these leaves look a little bit pale to me, even though they come up pale and then turn green after. This is a blood orange. This will eventually go into a bigger container as well. This is a star fruit. That is a June plum. And I ought to eat. I think I'm gonna move that apple, ought to eat the apple, and put it in the big container that I showed you down the bottom. And then this is my custard apple that almost died during the hurricane as well. I have a volunteer lettuce right there. Two ginger plant back there that seem as though they're ready to be harvested, and plenty empty containers that I am going to replenish and plant out soon. This is my tamarind that is producing new leaves like crazy. I need to find, I think I'm gonna put this down in the food forest where I can reach it easily, not the far food forest. I'm gonna show you where I think I'm going to put this. My turmeric, I pull up some to check if they're ready, and they seem like they're ready to be harvested. So I'm gonna do a big turmeric harvest, because back here, those containers, I don't know if it's the storm kill them or they're ready to harvest. In any case, I'm gonna dig them up and see what's in there. This is, I think this is the Valencia orange starting to produce. Well, I don't know if these will hold, but it's a sign that it produces very small. Or to eat the apple. I'm gonna move this to a big container too. All of these trees I'm going to move and take up everything here, because we're gonna take the rabbits out of the house and put them out here. So we're gonna build something nice for them in the near future. Look how well this Suriname cherry is doing in this tiny container. This need to come out, at least go into a bigger in a bucket or something. But it looks so pretty. And this is doing surprisingly well in this bucket. This is a star apple. And then this is my, I think this is the Organic orange. Let me look. I think this is Organic, yes. And look at this. That's the first fruit on there. This plant was yellowing really bad, like the lemon that I have here. I'm gonna take out the lemon too. And then I just put some chicken manure in there, and the leaves just turned green. And this little fruit that I thought would have fallen off, it is starting to grow. So that is awesome. See the turmeric plants? Gonna harvest them with you. Planted them with you, so I'm waiting on you to harvest them. Back here I have some dasheen, and I just stick 2 corns in there because I had nowhere to put them. Over here, this is a container that I had a yam in, wasn't doing well, and it was going on my grapevine, so I took it out and planted these corns, and they're looking good. Now, my word, the grapevine is right here, and they flowered. So these little things, let me show you. They flowered like this first, and then the little fuzzy things, and I'm seeing bees. Let me try and show you. So the bees, there's a bee on that one. You see it? Don't want to disturb him, it's doing its job. And the bees buzz around, and the little things are falling off, and after they fall off, they look like this. So these are actual little grapes now that are going to develop. Oh my goodness, it is so rewarding to watch these things unfold in front of your eyes. Now I'm growing these for the first time, and I don't know if I should pick off one of those clusters and leave one to develop, or I should allow them to just grow. Let me know, guys. What should I do? I need your help. Oh. But the grapevine, it is doing amazing. And please, this is where the bees are, as I'm seeing quite a few of them buzzing on the grape blossoms. So these little things that are left are the bees. I didn't know they needed. I thought they were wind pollinated. I didn't know they needed help getting pollinated. I am so happy about this. So the grapevine is doing fantastic. Amazing. Under the grapevine, I thought this eggplant died. This is a white eggplant. That one didn't die either. So I just pruned them off and watered it just to see if they still had life in them. And I'm so happy I did, because they do. In these 4 containers, I have cabbages. I'm going to have to mulch them. Save those lignum vitae leaves to mulch them, because the weeds bad like wasps. So I have red cabbage, green, red, green. I'm going to mulch them. The next time you see these, they're going to be mulched, guys. I can't allow the weeds to come back. They will take over in no time. So that is what is going on right there. So that grape is in that 5-gallon bucket. That vine, it's 2 vines, guys, but it seems as though it's only one producing, even though I'm seeing flowers all the way over here. All the way over here. Oh my word. Ooh. Muscarians at the other end here in these containers that I use every day. And this is the other 5-gallon container that the other grapevine is in. This is the one that is producing. I think this is the red grape. I have eggplant in this tiny container, and it has eggplants coming on. Yeah, I am too excited for this grapevine. I am too excited. Oh my word. The blossoms are everywhere on there. And the bees too. So thrilled to see the bees. So the little bumblebee working. I'm so thrilled. The 2 things that I'm most excited about in this section is, well, are my sorrel right there. I think it might be 3. The orange right here, and of course the grapevine right here. I think those 3 are what I am most excited about. Let me know what you're excited about in this section of the garden. Now we're going to take on this section of the garden where we have the stands built. This is one of my favorite sections, but at present there is not much going on in here. Guys, I planted my stuff and the dogs just, that's a whole other story. But let me show you what's growing and producing in the area where we have the stands placed, and then we can take on the lower section down there, guys. Anyway, let me just show you what's growing in this section, starting at the background here. Guys, if you have only rocks or concrete or apartment, let nobody tell you that you can't grow food. This is what we purchased. Anyway, let's get back to the garden tour. Let me start back here before we start on the stands. So back here, I have these two containers. I grew tomatoes in them successful before, and I'm rotating. I'm trying with squashes. This look like cucumbers though. This looks like a cucumber plant, but I'm trying with squashes in both of them. These look like some form of cucumbers too, right guys? This looks like a melon. Papa Jesus. I have one tomato here trying with, and I placed a little pepper in there last night. So that is what is going on in those two containers. Down the side of the wall here, where my water supply is, I have squashes in all of these recycled water bottles, drinking water bottles, and those are not looking bad at all. In fact, they're looking good. Can't tell you what they are until they start producing. It's gonna be a fun journey. This one look like butternut squash or honey nut squash, one of those two. So this one probably will need something to vine on. Over here, these are my beans in those containers right there. And same as down in the lower section, I have some that are vining out, and then others that look like bush beans. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one that is vining out, and this one that is vining out as well. I'm not sure. Put a few lettuce seeds in there so I can get some greens to eat while we wait on the beans. And right here I have a bell pepper that I'm seeing putting on buds. That's nice to see. Here still have those burgundy or purple carrots coming. Seem as though I'll get a few nice sized ones from there. I'm waiting until they fatten up some more. Here, this is a dog saga, guys. I had some nice tomatoes growing in here. And then usually when I plant tomato, I bury a ripe banana or plantain close to it. I did here. The dog smelled the ripe plantain and dug out all of my tomatoes. So dug out all of my tomatoes. This is a marigold that I planted with the tomato. They dug it out. This is another regular carrot. I planted cabbages over here. I had red, green. Guys, only some left. The frogs went into those smaller containers and just killed some of my cabbages. But I still have some coming. I have a green there. Red, green, red. It's right here. And a green right there. Thank God for that. This tomato miraculously survived. Neither my nasturtium or tomato survived this one. So back some seed in there. I'm hoping they come. And this tomato also survived. Oh boy. And I have a zinnia there. I have some carrots here that I've been harvesting from. Just a few left. Been cooking these. One purple cabbage right there. And I have some jalapenos here that I need to prune off now to get them producing again. So we have stuff coming. Some survived, some didn't. This is a nasturtium right here. Alright, so let's go up here and show you what's happening. Though not much, I still am going to show you what's going on up here. In here I planted beetroot. The dog tear up the bag. For what reason, I don't know. I planted a little pepper in there last night. Hopefully it comes. In here, I planted a marigold because I wanted it next to my cayenne pepper. So that I prevent the white flies from taking over my cayenne pepper. This is a Malabar spinach right here. The cayenne pepper, of course. Some scallion that I use from every day, and I put a few lettuce seeds in there too. See, they're coming up. I sowed lettuce in this this, and in this one, not seeing any in this one yet with the one onion, but I'm seeing lettuce coming up here, and I'm seeing a few coming up there, so we can have some greens. That's a sunflower and a zinnia, just a beautification. And for pollinators, I have basil here and a few beetroot. So there, this is a pepper, and something already start eating it. See the culprits? Some little snails. And that's a sunflower. I sowed turnip in here. I see a few germinate. That also planted a pepper right there. Also planted a pepper in here. I think this probably is serrano pepper. Serrano pepper is the only one I'll be able to tell as soon as it establishes true leaves, because it is so fuzzy and cute. So this might be one, I'm not sure. I have a basil here, and I'm allowing this to go to seed too for my pollinators. I have 2 cabbages struggling right here, and this gorgeous pepper plant that the aphids are on it now. I need to get rid of them. This is jalapeno right there. My cherry pepper died. This is an eggplant trying to produce this rose. I don't think it liked the heat at all. I'm gonna put it back in the shade. When it was in the shade, it was blooming so pretty. I have another little Hungarian wax pepper there. This is my susumba. I need to prune it. It's in dire need of pruning. Bascallion that I use every day. Basil. Oh my word, look at aphids. Gosh, I need to come to it. That's a Hungarian wax, and it is producing, but the aphids are coming in. This is a beautiful lime tree. This is basil, and this is my little purple chili pepper. So cute, and it ripens to red. They're just purple when they're young. They ripen to bright red. It's incredible. I have a basil there guarding it. The basil is so pretty. Here is the lime. When I got it from Miss Gillette, it had just these material leaves, but look at this since I repotted it in a bigger container. Look at that. It has so many young branches coming on. As soon harvest this lime, make some lemonade. But it is producing perfectly well in this container. This is about 3 gallons of soil right here. Over here, I cleaned up my pineapple patch, guys, since the hurricane. Who remembered what it looked like? Helicopter passing. You see it? I cleaned up my pineapple patch, and I'm going to repurpose the soil in here. Plant some peppers or something. Look at the June plum. The June plum already have on young fruits. Isn't that incredible? Planted some corns in there as well, and a zinnia. But the June plum is looking so good. And back there is my surviving giant banded plantain. Behind the plantain is my susumba tree. I pruned it and it's growing back so pretty. Let's take a look at the East Indian mango. Ooh, look at it, coming back in all its glory. It's bringing back so many new branches. I'm keeping an eye on it because this is where it's grafted, right here. So anything below it, I'm breaking them off and allow anything above to remain. I planted a few corn in there to get a quick crop. I need to mold that one up, turning over. And this is an old onion that was going bad, and I throw it in there and it growing. So I'll probably eat these as green onions. I have some corn back there, and God knows what is happening with the yams. This is a passion fruit that came on after the hurricane. See that? Soon ready to harvest, and there are so many blossoms coming on. Here is a pretty flower. It is doing amazing. They're just bouncing back, guys. Nature is amazing. This is a chocolate pepper in this container, starting to bud again. See, they produce so many peppers, so I need to put some of my yaki water on there. This is a diamond bell pepper right here, and I'm starting to see more peppers. Peppers so expensive. Every peppers, hot peppers, sweet peppers, they're all expensive. And these are 2 containers with peanuts that are in dire need of watering. So plenty things going on. I'm pleased with how the pineapples looking. Need to fertilize them now, and they'll produce soon, especially those 2 big ones towards the back right there. They'll produce soon. Alright, so on the back stand right here, I have these love. I might just leave these 3 in here, but I need to take out some of these and plant them. Look at this red callaloo. I don't think we're getting anything. The storm did these so bad, the cauliflower and broccoli, so I've been just giving those to the rabbits. This is my parsley that we're using from. See how naked these look? The rabbits are eating them. They love it. My rosemary that we've been using for teas and stuff, seasoning. This is scallion. 2 cabbages. This one I soon harvest this one. Some beautiful zinnias and basil. And this sweet pepper, it gave me and is giving me so many fruits. They're getting really small because the plant is super old. So when these ripen up, I'm going to harvest them and prune the plant back and feed it. Hopefully the seeds that I plant in these containers grow, so we can get up here producing more. The thing I'm most excited about in this section is my little lime tree that is springing back and looking so beautiful. Let me know what is your favorite in this section of the garden. So as I said, it's not at its best, but it is still producing, and we're still enjoying what is being produced at the minute, because some person's gardens just not even start back since the hurricane. So we're grateful. We're very, very grateful. Now let's take on the lower section and final part of this container garden area. As you know, we also have a food forest way down, but that's gonna be a total different tour. So let's just check out the little that is going on down here. This is the worst section of the garden right now. Worst section. Got the dasheen. I'm going to harvest them out. So this container looks so malformed. I don't know if I pull it up some more it will straighten it out, but I'm going to put fruit trees in these 2 at the front, and the yams I'll allow to stay in those back ones. I'm gonna dig in there and see if there's anything in them. If not, I'll replenish and replant. I'm gonna check to see when it's best to plant yams, but this container I'm not happy with how it is looking, so I'm gonna harvest out the dasheen, replenish, and see if I can straighten it out a bit. But I know I'm gonna put 2 fruit trees in these 2 right at the front here. Not sure which 2 yet. Passion fruit trying to come back. Well, it is coming back fast too. To my right, these 2, that one has nothing in there, harvested out. Down here is a mess, guys. Please excuse the mess. Your girl be trying. And then this one I've dasheen in there. I'm gonna harvest out those as soon as I get the time. Replenish, replant. My orange tree not looking too bad in this bucket. Not looking too bad. Its partners are producing, so let's see what happens. This is a tangerine tree. It's not looking bad, to be honest. Could be worse. It could be worse. Alright, let me go up the rock face here. Show you. my papayas, my volunteer papayas. There is one fruit there, and it's starting to put on more. That one also. This is my one-hand banded planting. Oh my goodness, it got a whopping in the hurricane. Down here got most of the wind. As it's open to the ocean, it got most of the wind, so it was really beaten up. This is our avocado. This stood up in the storm like a rock. I can't believe it. Let me go across here and show you the bananas. Oh my goodness, I am so proud of them though. With the wind that came across here, these shouldn't be standing, but they are, thanks be to God. So I'm going to give them some TLC. I'm gonna put some manure in there and see if I can boost them up a little. That's an East Indian mango tree right there. I'm going around there. Steve is going to help me clean up down. He's the one who always does the cleaning up down here. So for me, it's too much. This is a lime tree. It's not looking bad. Those sweet potatoes not doing an earthly thing. This is our noni that I'm trying with. It survived, and that's all that matters. We just need to give it some care. Look at this. We have a few pods of peas. Gungo peas. Can you believe this? I can't imagine how expensive gungo peas is going to be this Christmas. I wouldn't even buy in the canned one if I don't have enough here. I wouldn't even look at the fresh gungo peas this Christmas. Trust me. The sorrel didn't make it. So I'm going to put a fruit tree here. I'm going to take that out. Replenish up there. And put a fruit tree. But the gungo peas, boy. The gungo peas have me away. I can't believe we're getting gungo peas. Even a few. I am happy to have. What is this on my Nesberry. Nesberry looking good. It's so pretty. This is my Nesberry. It's dwarf. It should produce soon. So let's see. Can't wait. I love it. Starfruit got a beat in every leaf. Blow off of the starfruit. But it is putting on new leaves, coming back nicely. And this is the other gungo peas tree. It is suffering. It had on some blossoms, but they fell off. I need to feed that. Here's a better look at the East Indian mango. Right there. Yes, the wind came in from that way. And I'm telling you, it walked through here. Oh yes, it did. So, yeah. That's what is going on in the garden. My favorite in this section probably will be this gungo plant. What is your favorite, guys? Didn't expect not one grain from those plants, so we are excited for the little that we're getting, guys. The price is in the supermarkets. Last night I got out with a bunch of seeds and just planted all over the place, because when I went to the supermarket and I met one of my subscribers in there, I tried to get some tomatoes, because as you can see there are no tomatoes in the garden presently. And the imported tomatoes, they did not look like tomatoes. They look false. And the price wasn't normal. My baby said, "Mommy, cabbage is for $2,000. And when I looked at the cabbage, half a cabbage was 1,700 and something. And I was like, baby, yes, it's really almost $2,000 for half a cabbage in the supermarket. So we're gonna be planting, guys. We're gonna be eating whatever we are producing in the garden, because it is super expensive. Even for the wealthy, it is expensive to buy produce right now. And so we are grateful for what we are able to harvest. I'm going to be planting out these red callaloo so that we can have them because they grow quickly. Whatever greens we are producing, that is what we're going to be eating because we simply cannot afford it. It's too expensive. Everything is expensive. And so I want to thank you for joining me for this extremely long video. As always, you know the videos for garden tours are always really long. Thank you. I know some of you sit down and watch the entire thing. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing the videos. Appreciate that a lot. It helps the channel, help YouTube push the videos out to more persons who want to see this type of stuff. Encourage people to grow food. Thank you guys. Please subscribe if you've not already done so. Like and share our videos. For those of you hyping the videos, thank you guys. Appreciate that so very much. I have nothing but gratitude for you all. This is where I leave you for this tour. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.